Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review as well as a demo of the brand new concealer from MAC Cosmetics. This is the Studio Fix 36 Hour Smooth Angles Concealer. From what I know, this is a reformulation, another reformulation, their previous Studio Fix concealer. I can't do a comparison because I actually don't think I ever had it. So this is going to be from a completely new kind of perspective, as in I'm trying this for the first time. I don't have anything to compare it to. So this retails at £25 and it contains 7 mil, which is nothing, in product in here. To give you a comparison, this is about 7.2 mil, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer, and the Maybelline Lifter Serum Concealer contains 11 mil. So take from that what you will. The more expensive ones contain less product. How unfair is that? So this comes in 44 shades. There should hopefully be something for everybody. My shade is in NC20. This is the perfect brightening shade for my under eye area, which is where I generally tend to use concealer. I don't use concealer on my face purely because I like for my foundation to be able to do that job for me, and I don't need additional layers of makeup, especially because I have so many layers on my face as it is. So this is what it looks like. Bear in mind we're what, in March now? I have absolutely zero tan. Now, as I always do, I will go off of their website and let you know what their claims are, and then I will do my demo and let you know what my thoughts are after using this for a couple of days. It says, get even from every angle with our 36-hour lightweight concealer, provides full buildable coverage with a natural matte finish in a waterproof and transfer-proof formula. This all-in-one innovation seamlessly conceals dark spots, brightens the appearance of under-eye circles, blurs imperfections and even skin tone. The luxuriously smooth liquid texture applies evenly and blends easily with a precision sponge tip applicator that pinpoints small or hard to reach areas. Plus, it provides instant hydration and doesn't leave skin feeling dry. Comes in 44 all-inclusive shades. Pro tip, use a shade or two lighter than your Studio Fix foundation match for a bright lifted look. So its main benefits obviously are that it has 36-hour wear, it's supposed to give a smooth appearance to the skin, transfer and waterproof, natural matte finish, instant hydration. So first off, let's have a look at the packaging. It's plastic and cheap looking. I mean, for £25 you'd expect at least a little bit more, you know. And then inside is a standard doe foot applicator. Nothing extraordinary, nothing different. It's just a normal doe foot applicator. They have said that it is medium to full buildable coverage. So in the first instance, you will see me applying one layer, which I then blend out, and then I will apply a second layer to make it more full coverage. Well, as to what they claim to be full coverage. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend everything out. And then you can see me zooming my face in nice and close just so that you can see what it looks like. And then I'm applying another layer on top just so that you guys can then see me blending it out once again before I set it with my Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. Now, in terms of what my thoughts are, I wore this to my yoga class the other day. My yoga teacher's been away for about 5 weeks, so we've had it a little bit easy in class, but she went in hard in my class last week. I was dripping with sweat. I knew that she was going to do this to us. It was a very, very hard class, so I made sure to test this out in that class. And you guys, it did not budge, it did not crease, it did not crepe. Any kind of sweat that was on my body, which was a lot, did not interfere with it. When I got home at the end of the day and looked at my face, I thought, wow, it still looks nice and fresh. The only funny thing is that I looked weird because I had no makeup on anywhere else on my face, just my under eye concealer. But nobody else needs to understand that I was actually testing out a product, which is what I like to do sometimes. So I was very much impressed with its longevity, and obviously that means that it's transfer proof, because I would have at some point rubbed my eye, which I did. It didn't come off. And in terms of how it would be waterproof, and now to add to that, humidity and sweat proof as well. Not gonna lie, I've not obviously worn it for 36 hours, but considering that I had it on my eyes for about 12 to 13 hours plus an intensive 90-minute yoga class, I would say that more than likely it does last for 36 hours. Full buildable coverage. Now that is where I have an issue. When I first applied it, I was like, I can still see my dark under eye circles. If anything, now I look a little bit grey, a little bit like the undead. You know when you put makeup on and you can still see your skin underneath? Yeah, I didn't like that. So then I went in with another layer, similar to what I've done in today's video, and I could still see my under eye dark circles. And I was like, am I gonna have to go in with 3 layers? Like, that's way too much makeup, especially when you consider your under eye area. You don't wanna apply it thickly, because that is where the tendency to crease happens, because that area under your eyes, it's got very thin skin in comparison to the rest of your face. So in terms of them saying medium to full buildable coverage, I don't actually agree with that. Even now, I can still see darkness slightly under my eyes, and even that is with the addition of powder on top as well. Smooth is the appearance of skin, I guess so. It feels nice and soft and smooth, but then that is because I have obviously set it with setting powder. You do have to set this quite quickly, I would say, otherwise it starts to crease. Now, one thing that I say about this is consistency. Now, they have said that it's got a luxuriously smooth liquid texture. Now, for me, especially with the amount that I'm using under my eyes, I would say it's a little bit more on the runnier side. Now, with these two, which are very, very similar, the only difference really being in terms of price, these have got a very serum kind of texture in terms of the way that it blends out, as in it blends and it glides out. I don't find that that happens with this. I find that as I start to blend it out, it starts to shear out a lot more, and I don't like that, because then that obviously means that I then need to apply additional product. So yes, I would say it is a lightweight concealer. It is very, very much lightweight, but I don't find that that actually helps this. I think that if it was slightly thicker in texture, it would blend out a lot more easily as well. I actually find this fairly difficult to blend out, I have found. Now, I know you guys couldn't tell on camera, but I'm going to be completely transparent with you, as I always am. When I decided to film today's video, I did my half of my eye makeup, obviously not all the under eye parts. I did my foundation and I set my foundation. Then I went off and dried my hair and whatever. Then I came back about half an hour later and I started filming the video. Now, what had obviously happened was my foundation had dried down. When I started to apply this, doing the video, filming it, I noticed a big white line appearing here. So what had happened was the concealer is blending into the powder stroke foundation, and it's not blending into it. It's creating a very obvious demarcation line. I've done that with these two as well. In my videos, you would have seen I had no issues. The foundation and the concealer blends into each other irrespective of whether the makeup underneath it has set or not. I had to actually off camera take a makeup wipe, and I had to wipe all of this area off, and I had to start again. And now what had happened is, because I've wiped off all my moisturizer and my sunscreen, the area started to go patchy. And I was like, £25, £25. Why is it doing that? And it actually started to lift off that foundation, which I didn't like. Another thing to bear in mind is that when I did my makeup like I normally would do, as in I would do my foundation, then I do my concealer, then I do my eye makeup, absolutely no problems. It blended perfectly fine, which is why I wasn't even aware of that happening until today. So that is something else that I think people need to realize. If you're not doing your makeup all in one, because some people need to take a break. What if your kid starts crying halfway through you doing your makeup? You've got to get up and go and help them. And in the meantime, you shouldn't have to worry about your makeup has managed to set itself and now it's going to ruin your under eye area. Another thing that I realized is that when I applied the second layer, now I'm going to zoom in up close. Hold on. Can you see a line here? There. Can you see it? Now, because I have gone in with a second layer, the concealer has pooled within that area and it has set in that area. So what is going to happen is, over the next couple of hours, as the natural oils come out within my skin, that bit is going to crease. Now, if I was to go in with, for example, the Maybelline one and go in with 1 layer, 2 layer, whatever, it will still blend out. What was happening was I'd applied 1 layer, obviously zoomed in close, let you guys see my makeup. Then I went in with another layer. The one under the eyes had already started to semi-set, so it just filled in that line under my eye and just stayed that way. And it didn't matter how much I pressed it with the beauty blender, it was refusing to blend out. There was nothing I can do about it. So when they say it applies evenly and blends easily, I have to kind of disagree. But bear in mind, these are just my opinions based on my experience of using it. Other people may not have similar issues. Now, a lot of their claims they have met, I can't lie, they have ticked off most of the things, but I just don't like the way that it sits on my under eye area as a medium to full buildable coverage. I'm not going to apply 3 to 4 layers of a 7ml product in order to get that full coverage, where I could just go in with my Charlotte Tilbury one with 1 layer and get complete full coverage, easy to blend and no issues whatsoever. So based on my experience of using this, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I don't hate it. I don't love it either. I think that if it blended easily into my foundation underneath, again, irrespective of whether I set it with powder or not, because bear something in mind, I was aware that I'm going to film a video. I only lightly powdered my face. I didn't even powder all of it up to there. I wanted my dark circles to stand out, and I knew that if I was to use my powder and it got close up there, it would obviously cover up some of my dark under eye circles, and it would kind of negate me showing you how to cover my dark under eye circles with this concealer. So it was more so that because the foundation had kind of set. And what foundation am I using? I'm using the Maybelline Lumi Matte. I mixed two of them, by the way, which is why my skin looks a little bit darker today, because I kind of didn't mix it properly. Yeah, 7 out of 10, like I said. It's all right. It's not great, and it's definitely not worth £25. If I could recommend a great concealer, again, it would be these two over this one. Now, this one is what, £25, £26? So's this. Same amount of product. This is better. This is not. So which one would you go for? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear how many of you have tried it, or how many of you are just going to give it a pass. A lot of brands are coming out with new concealers at the moment. A lot are coming out with reformulated versions. In terms of how it would apply to the face, I don't think it would be an issue as long as your foundation obviously has not set yet, because then you can very clearly see. And to make my point further, I can see where I've applied it to my top lip. At the end of the day, this is 2026, and I still feel like MAC is very much still stuck back in the 90s as being one of those brands that was the most all-inclusive when it came to skin tones and stuff. But you know what? It's not the 90s anymore. Times have moved on. Our expectations are higher, especially when you are charging £25 for something that I can get for £10, and this is 100 times better, I would say, than this. So anyway, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Have you tried it so far? Are you thinking about trying it? Are you just going to give it a pass for now? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I have to tell you guys my lipstick. I'm wearing Too Faced's Dear Diary lipstick, this beautiful baby pink, and I'm using it with Huda Beauty's Muted Pink Lip Liner. If you guys enjoy the video, like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon.